I sold my Mooney. It was no longer the right plane for me. I have since bought another one. This is the first of 3 videos about buying that airplane and bringing it home. The first one is all about the process of buying the airplane. It ends with some neat footage of the airplane itself on the ground. The second video is about the trip back, doesn't have any flying footage in it. The third video is the second to the last leg home, which has some really neat flying footage. So I hope you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to see all 3, and here is video number 1.
So I may be perpetrating a shenanigan. This is February 4th, 2022. I am on my way for a commercial flight. Last September through October, I sold my Mooney. What airplane can I buy that I can fly now and basically just buy it, get insurance, and fly it home, and then just fly the heck out of it and get a ton of hours? In terms of maintenance and fuel burn and stuff, Cessna 150. I started looking at barnstormers and trade-a-plane and controller.
I had a really cheap one come up on Facebook that was being sold out of Florida. I talked to the guy on a Thursday. I said I might be coming down to look at it, but then I wanted to check it against other Cessna 150s that were currently in the market. And so I made this graph of all the ones for sale. This is a graph of the price versus number of hours already on the engine. And of course, lower number of hours on the engine is good. Things all the way down to the lower left will be the best deals, and then going to the upper right will be less and less good deals. So this one was the first one I looked at. I talked to the guy, and yes, it had a 300-hour engine on it, and it was a fantastic price. However, it was overhauled more than 20 years ago by somebody, and he was only interested in cash. My thinking was, dude, if you think I'm going to drive into rural Kentucky with a briefcase with $26,000 cash and plan to fly an airplane out with only the assurance of a bunch of signed pieces of paper, you are sorely mistaken. So I didn't call him back. And of course, the engine was like 20 years old and probably had sat a lot. And sliding up to the upper right, now I'm getting into airplanes that were reasonable, and this is the one from Florida. But then look, wait, there's this one. I don't remember this one. So it turned out that Thursday, this airplane in Colorado had just dropped its price a whole bunch.
So I called them, and I got some more details. Everything firewall forward minus the vacuum pump only had 5 hours on it. He just overhauled it. I'm going to fly to Colorado, hand him a cashier's check for the earnest money. I'm going to look at the plane, and then we're going to work out the logistics of getting it to another mechanic's to do the pre-buy. You know, once the pre-buy is done, fly commercial out to Colorado and fly it home. If I make a YouTube video about that flight home, it will be documented, and you will see it, but this is sort of the pre-intro.
In my hotel room, I am trying to stave off altitude sickness by drinking lots and lots and lots of water. Much airplane looking at shenanigans will happen today. Oh, I'm flying Frontier Airlines. To even have a carry-on, like a rollerboard kind of thing that goes in the overhead bin, you have to pay $40 or $50 for that. So I packed everything in my small backpack that fit under the seat. I am charging up cameras. I'm gonna throw stuff together, fly out the door, and then head on to the airport to do my airplane inspection. I am legitimately excited about this.
Have the Honda, whatever it is, on cruise control. Denver, Colorado, Interstate 25, northbound. I think we're a little bit north of the center. Half a mile to the right.
In half a mile, turn right onto Airport Drive.
Yes. Oh. Look, there's the runway. It's a bonanza that just landed or something.
Turn right onto Airport Drive.
Okay, I have the turn lane, so I don't have to rush it.
It is February 5th. I have just committed to buying an airplane, 704 Golf Charlie, pending an IA inspection. A Cessna 150 is not a fast airplane. It is very, very good at flying in a forgiving way so that you don't kill yourself. I want something to fly that's cheap so that I can fly. So I went and looked at the airplane. Everything firewall forward is gorgeous because it's brand new. The paint job is in very good shape given the age of and the total number of hours on the airplane. The cockpit is an airplane that has, it is a 40-year-old airplane. It is not supposed to win shows. That is not the point. But the airframe is in good shape. The engine is amazing shape. It's just had an annual and it's just had a brand new rebuilt engine put in it. It's a perfect airplane for flying a little because it's so cheap. If I fly it a lot, it's the perfect airplane for flying a lot because it's so cheap. If I fly it 1,000 hours in the next 3 years, which might well be what I do, it's the perfect airplane for that because it will probably fly that amount with not a whole lot of work, and then I can sell it and it will still sell well. I can fly it until, 20, 30 years from now, I don't want to fly anymore. It would be a perfect airplane for that too. This is the best hour builder airplane that I will likely ever be presented with as a buying prospect. So having had that conversation, we have a bunch of paperwork to do. We have to set up for an inspection. That's the thing with the most uncertainty.
1 month later, I have this big pile of stuff in my living room, airplane-related stuff, including a checklist for a Cessna 150M. It is the morning of March 10th, 2022. I flew out to Colorado at the beginning of February to look at this airplane. And the thing that set my retrieval was I didn't have my medical. I couldn't get one until March 9th. So yesterday was March 9th. I got my medical. It was no problem. I have a bunch of gear and supplies. I fly out to Colorado today to commence airplane retrieval shenanigans. That is the situation. This has been in plan for a month, and now I've got my medical, which is the critical piece. See you on the other side.
Hello, Thrice. Hello. Oh, your eyes light up very nicely like that. Yes. Hi there. Hi there.
Do you approve of me going to Colorado for 3 days? You probably don't. Yeah. I'll be back though. At my departing airport, 2 minutes to the 75-minute mark, which is what Delta recommends. My flotilla of bags.
On the way to Colorado, making sure everything is charged. I was hoping to get out of here today, Friday, March 11th. Here's the Denver metro area. Everything basically east of Denver is going to be turbulent and yucky mildly today, but severely tomorrow. But then Sunday, it's all much better. So I spent 2 nights in this lovely hotel, and Sunday it was time to go. I'm next to the service hangar, where I'm hoping they will give me an engine pre-warm start. But this is my departure point today. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's about 8:20. Lots of frost. I can get it off with my hands if I have to, but
Got the frost cleaned off of the wings. I'm gonna paper towel them to get the water off. And now I've turned the airplane around so that the sun is shining as much as possible in and on the engine. Here I am looking super dorky in double sunglasses. I am ready to take off. I am not going to film my first flight in 704 Golf Charlie. I got too much on my mind. So here is my setup. Here's my iPad. Here's my recording stuff. Headset. Here's all my gear. Get out my checklist. Here's my checklist. That was part 1 of 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stick around for parts 2 and 3. 2 will be a lot of maps and some apartments, and 3 will be flying with air traffic control. It's a lot of fun. I hope you get a chance to own your own airplane, however small and modest, and never stop figuring stuff out.